Okay, and we are back now from our little bio break. So, what was it we were asking? If there's anything on the Coburn family. It seems like there isn't anything that the worm can think of off the top of his head, at least by that name.
Okay.
And as for the Belmonts, are you asking him about the Belmonts?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to know more about the Belmonts. I want to know more about the deal with the Belmonts in the Moon Court. I want to know anything that's happened. Like, I want to know every single step that's happened with my ancestors that have happened in the Feywild the last time they were here, or when that mantle was created, or otherwise. Like, I would love to know more.
You see him seem to sling from the table with some silk from his butt over to a pedestal with a large tome chained to it. The title of it says Troublemakers, Miscreants, and Ruffians. Volume 7, The Belmonts.
Fair enough.
So you like that?
Yeah. I don't think all Belmonts are troublemakers, though.
No, but they tend to either be miscreants or ruffians then.
Yeah.
Plus, this is through the perspective of the Fey courts.
True. I mean, I guess they would be here to beat things up if they really were here, because they're not really meant or desired to go here.
Mm-hmm. Gotta love when there's an entire volume of a series to your family. Leaving a mark on the world.
Yep.
But he just kind of looks at you and is like, there's a diverse history, and some of the Fey scholars took a interest in you guys as you guys started causing issues. It also sits here and denotes several family names that you guys had. Several. You guys are well known for changing your names.
I haven't really had any name changes that I'm aware of.
Because the Belmonts have kept the name for a very long time at this point. But a long time ago, you guys were called by different names. You guys were mostly clans of, well, miscreants, mages, troublemakers, ruffians, warriors, monster hunters.
Sounds about right. It's kind of where we banded together.
Oh, yes, banding together, bandits. There was some banditry in the family.
Victor's writing this all down.
There may or may not have been a few performers that had lovers in different areas and kingdoms.
Victor's definitely writing this all down.
Leading to continued propagation of bloodlines.
Maybe I should just read about it. He's noticing Victor write everything down and going, maybe this shouldn't be something said around him.
So yeah, as you approach the book, you can see several symbols, and the last symbol on the cover just so happens to be the Belmont family crest. And it's not just the Belmonts that it says the Belmont problem.
Belmont problem.
Yes.
I don't feel like a problem, thank you.
Yeah, but the main reason why they named it the Belmont problem was the, aforementioned propagation of bloodlines that continued to cause issues.
Yeah.
Think the Mongol horde, but less invadey.
Azeroth is going to be rubbing his forehead reading this.
It's always fun when you find out about your ancestors.
Is there potential to get just a copy of this?
He seems to blink from left to right, from top to bottom. We don't have any spare copies here, but there is somebody that used to be part of the Moth Kingdom who has a copy.
Alright. Well, I will... Is it okay to take it to my room?
No, it's chained here for a reason.
Understood.
You don't want to add your own pages to the book now, buddy.
I don't plan on doing anything to it of any negativity. I just want to,
Well, it depends. What's his name? He might already be in there.
I'm mostly just want to, look at it and view it over, and otherwise mostly see what my ancestors have been doing in the Feywild. Like I said, I want to know more about Simone and Parth, honestly. But I shouldn't have an entry here. I start kind of flipping through the pages if I'm allowed to look, and I'm going to look for my own name.
So you get near the back, and you do see a couple of noted pages, some of them with deceased next to them. And you start noticing, the twins, a couple of your cousins, your uncle. Your father's in there of note.
But not dead, I assume.
Yeah, and your mother and aunt are in the mentions. They don't seem to see them as a threat or a problem or something to watch.
I would love for my name to be listed as dead there. Considering I've been gone for a long time.
Actually, it's not listed as dead. In fact, next to Calder Belmont, your name is the other name is there, Azeroth the Luminous.
In here. You immediately see him just drop his head to his hands.
Apparently, there is a Fae that has not only made the connection, but from a lot of the notations on things, seems to have notated a few escapades you've been through.
Oh, no!
Stella's just shaking her head.
I'd like to look over this privately for a moment if I can.
In fact, it seems almost recently written.
Oh God, no! Why is my name in here?
Victor kind of catches what's going on. He hands Calder the page he was writing on, all the notes. It's like, I'm going to go just kind of look around. Let me know when you're ready to leave.
Now, it does notate a few weird things, including some details about an excursion to the Feywild. And
It also seems,
it gets worse.
it also seems to be a live document.
Yes, it is.
The live document, so it's like currently being written in almost.
Where was it?
It's a live chat.
ASL? Question mark.
Did I not write down her name? Oh, this upsets me.
Well,
It does note that a certain satyr god was asked to perform a rite of hand fasting and marriage between multiple parties.
huh.
There is a list of wives on the page.
And of course, Victor isn't there to hear any of it.
Stella?
I mean, he's. I'm gonna assume that as he's trying to read this privately, anyways.
Stella's name is on there. Katarina's name is on there. And Lady Mordred, daughter of Morgana of the Summer Court, is on there.
Excuse me, what? Stella, you don't even have to roll for this. You can see as Azonoth is reading through this book, he is slowly sinking into his chair like he wants to disappear.
You see the panic coming over his face.
Is there any other incriminating evidence inside of this book that I wasn't aware of?
The entry has been put together and written down by Lady Mordred, who was trying to find where her betrothed had disappeared to.
Wait. Oh. So she's looking for me.
She's looking for all of you.
Oh, fuck.
By the look on your face, I'm guessing you've got a lot to talk about.
But
I want to run, is all he says.
there is also notations on your little brother.
Oh no, when is he on here?
Because they have it written down that he is a natural born Nexus. In fact, his entry to the book is before yours. So they took interest in him before you. The person who notated it is not actually detailed there. But it does sit here and describe that he actually has the ability to manipulate all three elements, but has no idea of what he can do.
And that's news to me too, actually.
Yep.
And not out of character. Out of character, I knew that, but
And on top of it, it even notates the multiple rendezvous with the maid.
well, he got caught with that after a while, so it's not news to Azonoth at this point. He already knows now.
It also notates a recent eloping with said maid.
Oh, okay.
Good for him.
I don't think she would have given him an option. She's a little, the Belmonts have an issue of eventually finding a woman that just sits there and goes, "You're mine." What? You're mine.
Yeah, I know. Not like it hasn't already happened to Azeroth here. I finally found you, bitch!
You ain't
Get
gonna
back
run
here.
now. So yeah. Axel, you have found out now that technically you are married to 3 people, and one of them is a Fey lady in the opposition court, who you married on a drunken
court.
who you have married in a drunken stupor.
So, I need to know who this person is now, because this is... Now I'm like, whoa, hold on. That was, can I have their full name and title one more time?
Lady Mordred, daughter of Morgana of the Summer Court.
Oh god, no. Lady... Summer... Okay, I've written that down.
And she is also known as the Radiant Warm.
Is this basically the equivalent of, like, the Raven Queen? Or is this, like, literally just...
Think slightly below, yet to the side of someone like Titania would be.
I don't know who Titania is.
In most myths and everything, she is technically the queen of the Summer Court.
Okay, so this is basically like a princess, almost.
Yeah, you're married to a princess.
Got it. So this is the same thing as, for example, the whatchamacallit, the card dude that we've been recently interacting with.
Yep, except for instead of in the Raven Court, which is over the justice and legal system of the entire Feywild, it's part of the Summer Court. Yeah.
And I have accidentally ran from this person because I didn't know they existed.
You didn't even know you married her until now.
And I have no idea how the fuck that happened.
Actually, let me correct that. You guys didn't know that you married her until now.
Oh.
Katarina probably knows and has said nothing.
Because it's amusing.
Oh, god damn it.
You guys never asked Katarina what you guys did on your little drunk escapades.
Asimov glances down at his left hand. Not that he wouldn't have noticed that a long time ago if there was something there.
I mean, if it was something physical, yeah.
Oh, god.
So.
Asimov is just gonna rub his forehead for a minute. We need to talk in the room, he says quietly. I have a quick question for you. He looks over at the worm guy.
Yes.
Is there an errand I could run for you, or something I might be able to do for you to just not tell anyone I was here? Even if asked.
I don't have to divulge any information of who's been here.
Appreciate it.
I'm presuming you found something alarming. He blinks from his right to his left this time.
Let's just say my namesake is catching up with me. And the troublemaker in the book is absolutely correct.
Yep, that's why the volume is called Troublemakers, Miscreants, and Ruffians.
And it tracks. I appreciate it, and He kind of shrugs a little bit and goes, "It's probably not information. Yeah, I'm gonna go mind my own business and hide until it's time to leave."
You have yourselves a nice day. If you need
You as
anything else,
well.
just talk to me. And he just slowly closes the book for you and begins kind of slithering off with his legs. Hey, you said you didn't have any details planned to just screw you up with it.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with that.
And that's only one
that's a
surprise.
royal fuck up.
That's only one surprise I have for you.
I am
Yeah.
going to grab Stella's hand, look at her, and say, "We need to go back to the room as quickly as possible."
Looks like it. Let's go.
Gonna grab Draven? Well, Victor?
I mean, if I could find him, yeah, sure, I will probably grab him.
I'm a couple of rows away, kind of looking around.
Azenotha fails that anxiety check,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to go find Victor, and Victor, you can immediately read it on his face. Something he just read in one of these books is absolutely giving him just a ghostish pale look.
So I'm going to require something from you. I require a luck check from you.
Oh, God.
Either you or Stella can make this. Whoever you wish.
I have decent luck. I will burn a reroll if I need to. I don't need to. That's a 16. That's going to be a modified 20 on my side.
Okay.
Is this something I can roll against?
No, this is something that someone else got to roll against, and they have advantage.
Oh, yeah. Darn.
I mean, I'm going to roll my low dice again and see if I can get even higher. No.
Okay. So, you all get back to the room. The room has the doors slightly open when you get there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Just slightly open. Like a crack, a couple of inches.
I'm going to stop at the door and just kind of like look over at Stella and look over at the door.
I have gun in hand. Just to be safe.
I look at her and kind of do a hand in front of the face type of thing, like he's doing like a quote disappearing motion, and then he points at himself and points towards the door, which is supposed to entail I can disappear. I'm going in first.
Civil nods.
So
Victor comes up in the rear, sees
Yep.
Azeroth kind of do the covered face thing.
He might rifle at a low, muzzled, held low.
Okay.
Just ready to pop up if it need to.
As you open the door, you see a young lady with almost radiant hair and a crown on, and flowery dress standing there. And as she turns, each layer of the dress seems to move as if flowers opening and then close.
Oh, goodness gracious, no.
And she looks at Asenath and Stella before going, I knew I'd find you two! And she runs towards you both with her arms wide open.
I will accept this knowing the information already.
She looks like
And Azeroth is putting his stuff away quietly.
She looks like a frail thing, but as she approaches, she scoops you up and Stella, and then lifts both of you up in the air, squeezing you tightly.
Ah,
Stella, what you notice is Azeroth, as he starts turning around, Azeroth's putting his cards away.
what's going on?
I've been looking
Hi.
for you both. I haven't seen you guys since our wedding.
As
Yeah. Hi. We haven't actually been back in the Feywild since we partied with Zenny. He looks over at Stella, trying to infer information by telepathy.
Yes, he did such a lovely reception for us. She
how
puts you
much
both
did I
down.
drink?
Victor comes in a couple of minutes later, just confused as all hell.
Definitely.
Like, not.
You were saying you were behind us, so I'd assume you got to see us get scooped up
By this frail-looking little fey lady just picking them up.
Oh no!
Oh,
And Azeroth tried to play this off the best he can.
yeah, she's only about 4'10", but and really thin, but she picked you two up like you were nothing.
Yeah, we haven't been in the Feywild since then, so I had no idea. I'm sorry, I've been gone for a while. I mean, I assume that it's been a while longer for you.
Yes, the time here goes a lot more differently than in the material plane. But I did have plenty of time to sit here and find out more about you guys.
Alright. Victor's trying to figure out what's going on. Can he roll like an insight check or perception?
Yeah. Go ahead.
God,
Because a wedding was mentioned and everything, so you can roll with advantage.
This is bad. This is really bad. Is she gonna be offended if it's like, I don't remember the wedding, I'm sorry.
19 on the dice.
I don't know what's going on.
Perception. Alright,
I'm
24.
I'm gonna get Katarina out here if you don't mind.
24.
Yes, please do.
The most you can gather from what's been said from them and her is it seems the week that they went missing and partying with Xenagos as well as Katarina, it appears they had somehow ended up in the Feywild and married this young lady who is currently wearing a crown that looks like it's got rays of sunshine coming off of it. A crown of gold.
Seems you should have told me. I could have bought you guys a wedding gift.
We were, I suppose, caught in the moment.
And you let Katarina out?
I am gonna let Katarina out, yeah.
You kind of try to get Katarina out, and then you kind of force her out, and she looks at you and is like, oh, I guess the cat's out of the bag. Been waiting to see when this one would happen.
I'm gonna also make sure the door is closed.
Victor goes looking for the wine.
There seems to be a lot more wine and everything here than when you guys originally were here. It seems like somebody had asked for certain room service and everything to be brought to the room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is oddly
Um,
specific.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
you know, Stella's just gonna just pop a cork and start drinking from the bottle. Fucking hell.
Azeroth is going to come over and offer a hand for the bottle as well.
What's wrong, my loves?
Oh, just needed a little bit of a drink to loosen up. I mean, you know, we were having a party pretty much the entire time. So
Hey, you
Like,
guys
I
seem
don't-
so lively and so jovial.
yeah, it's easy to be when you're basically with a party god.
Yeah, I found my limit and that was it.
Would you like
Victor's
some? He says, kind of offering the bottle over.
She kind of
Victor's gonna edge over toward Katarina and like sit down, kind of out of the way.
Katarina's gonna sit down with one of the bottles to the side and just pour 2 glasses and offer one to Victor, just watching the entire display.
Thank you.
This pretty much princess just looks at you two and is like, "Why aren't you drinking from a glass? You guys seem nervous."
And she popped it open. I was just joining in.
Why are you guys so nervous, my love?
I'm going to be honest. Our wedding was a bit of a lost evening.
A lost evening.
When you're with the party god, you might have drank just a bit too much. I don't regret any choices that I've done so far, but
No. It's not regrettable. At all, no.
he squints his eyes over at Katarina.
She's just smugly smiling and leaning back while sipping her wine, slowly
I
swirling it
do
here and there.
Wish I could have remembered.
It is a blur. Would you mind giving us more detail on the events?
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. Xenagos was so nice to sit here and record it all in a memory orb.
No. I glare at Katarina again.
Something tells me that you may want to watch this.
Yeah, actually, I would
Victor kinda
really like
looks
to.
over.
I'm glad that it was recorded because I everything's a real blur during that week or so. And reliving some of the memories would be nice.
Put my gun away.
Katarina kind of leans over and whispers to Victor, "We did have to revive them a few times. They did die of alcohol poisoning."
That tracks.
What?
At the same time, I'm jealous of some of his escapades, and other times I'm glad I don't know much about him.
Oh no, this is a fun one to know about. It's even more fun seeing everyone get to sit here and have it unravel. But lady, go on.
I will say Asnoth is quickly warming up to her anyways, period, because she's very nice.
Yeah.
So it's one of those, like, it was really awkward, and him laying eyes was like, oh god, I'm about to die. And then she was very, very sweet and picked him up and gave him a hug, and he's immediately starting to melt. So
Meanwhile, Stella is drowning her anxiety with the wine. Uh,
So what you see is she puts an orb on the table, and what looks like light projecting the image of a large hall, where she seems to be very angry to begin with, because what seems like a wedding has been stood up. There's a bit of you guys talking and whatnot after you come in, drunk as all hell, but seeming very jovial in that. Almost upbeat and almost glowing with a new vigor. And Katarina in tow as well, and Zini. And you guys seem to cheer her up and then get married to a woman who was stood up on her wedding day, wearing armor as if she was about to go hunt someone down and gut them.
oh no. Wait, who stood you up again? I'm curious.
It was just
like
it was just another prince that continually stands up women. One of them will catch up with him. He makes us swoon and does all that stuff. I found out he was one of those guys later.
sorry about that.
It's
I
okay.
look over at Stella with a "oh God help" type of view for a second.
well, I've seen that.
It's okay. I found out later that he's a trickster god, a trickster prince that tends to steal things from the ladies he sits here and tries to romance.
Oh, that's no good.
Yeah. Seen that.
He did steal my scepter, and I do plan on getting it back, but I wanted to track you two down first.
Well, that'll be an interesting adventure, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Scepter, by the way, you mind elaborating?
Oh yes, it's just a scepter that I use to sit here and help with growing crops and sitting here and helping fields and that.
Does this ring any bells in the like old monster lore stuff for me?
No, it does not.
Oh my god.
There's like vague stories, like childhood stories of people making deals with the Fae to help out with their crops, so it kind of tracks that there might be an artifact that would help with that, but nothing that that's specifically a monster hunter. So yeah.
I'm kind of curious how I was when I was straight up blackout drunk too. I assume I was revived at this point, and that's where this like energy level is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Or straight up on the equivalent of cocaine.
Yeah, you guys are kind of glowing like something's off almost in the thing. It seems almost like restoration magic is still working.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many times did you say they died, Katarina?
Well,
I'm gonna assume everyone's kind of convened over the same table, so I might have been able to hear that.
no, they're over on the side watching this entire ordeal in the center of the room.
Fair.
Well, Azeroth might have been a little bit overzealous to begin with and died a total of 3 times. Stella was a little bit smart after the second one.
That tracks.
Yeah. That.
But you know what they say about us cats, 9 lives and all.
Yeah. And still, some live way longer than others.
Oh, yes.
Uh, do so. Do I get the sense of whose idea it was to actually propose?
Yeah, and what do we get from the video? Is it like, was this like a real thing of like we come in partying, about to like party at a wedding that we were like for some reason invited to, probably by Zenny, who's just bringing us along as a +3, and then we
Invited?
end
Oh
up.
no, Zini just shows up to parties. He's never invited. He just shows up and people are like, I mean, shit, party god's here, so fuck, why not? Oh, shit, the water's been turned to wine.
Oh fuck!
I need to know who I need to be staring daggers at, and for with what intensity.
You know what the worst part is? I've rolled for this to see whose idea it was.
Oh.
Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm ready.
The guilty party that started all the flirting and the suggestion. Stella. You were the instigator.
Oh,
A
well,
little bit of liquid courage there. You went, oh, she's real pretty.
Real pretty lady in armor and a massive axe that she had picked up, yeah.
yeah.
And about to hunt her past lover down. You're like, wow, I got things in common with this person.
Yeah.
One of
No
those
regrets.
one of those hot. Scary, but hot.
Yeah.
Ah.
Well, my dear, I we shall at some point find that scepter.
Oh, it's okay. It was technically stolen, so there's a bunch of paperwork going out and everything. He's going to be in a lot of trouble, and my mother's a little bit upset because it means that we can't really fulfill certain contracts, which is going to sit her and upset the Graven Queen, and there's just a whole slew of problems.
You know, actually, I think I'd be interested in helping out with that.
Well, maybe after you guys are done with, what business are you guys here for? I heard you guys were talking with the prince?
Yes, actually, we were talking with the prince recently. So I actually have learned a couple of things since I was here last. You're well aware of my last name, right?
Yes, you're a Belmont.
Yeah. It turns out I have a seat in a court here that I was unaware of.
Yeah.
Due to my name.
I found out about that, and Mother was a little upset, but I think I smoothed things over.
Hey, to clarify, I did not know about that at our wedding.
I don't think any of us knew.
That is a new development entirely. So, I'm gonna spare a very quick glance over at Katerina to see if she's grinning from ear to ear about knowing that thing, or if she actually didn't know herself.
Oh, she knows. She's known what mess is going on. She's still sipping and smiling, and it seems like purring off to the side. She's quite content with herself.
Anyways, I'm sorry it caused any problems, of course.
Oh, no problems. It's okay. After I found out that you guys were technically mortals that were sitting here and just finished stopping, what was it, a hell invasion?
Hellmouth invasion, yeah.
Yes.
Incursion on our world from the 9 hells, or however many hells are in your world. I don't know
Yes,
if it's 9 for you.
it was quite interesting to hear that you guys are heroes. Now you guys are... what was it my information got? You guys are currently working for Florence?
We are.
Trying
That's,
to fix up an issue with his brother.
He pulls out the signet ring and shows her. We're working directly with him.
Ooh. Did you know that what this really means is Florence accidentally sat here and got a noble who technically elevates his position.
Yes, someone under him that elevates his position. Imagine that. I don't think he knew.
No, a lot of people didn't know. I kept it a secret until more recently. Because I knew Mother would probably get a little bit upset if I kept the secret from her for too long.
Well,
Now,
I
I will
appreciate
say...
you coming to see us.
Now, I will say, when you guys do visit the court, Mother might still be in a bit of a tizzy. I believe her exact words is, "I'm going to skin that boy alive and use him as a rug."
Understood. Maybe a good idea to not come back there for a little bit and just see you in other areas.
Yes, for right now. Still working on Mother. She doesn't mind Stella here. She's a little upset
Why
about
does she not like me, but likes her? Did I do something?
You're a Belmont and a lord in an opposing court?
Understood.
Who sat here and brought a vampire into our midst, and which got married to us?
Okay, she's well aware she's a vampire. That's on her.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how many other people in the party that information was revealed to.
It wasn't even revealed to Asnoth, actually, come to think of it. I think he might have had an inkling at some point, but I've never needed to roll on it, so this is definitely new information that it just kind of like clicks. And he's like, "Yeah, no, that tracks."
Just everyone's starting to go, oh no, we've made a bigger mess.
So, Victor caught a little moment between Asenath and Stella earlier. He's gonna insight check to try to figure out what they might be hiding. Now that the wedding thing has kind of came to light, he's thinking there may be something else. A little more family related, if you catch the drift. So he's gonna try to insight roll on it.
I'm just trying to figure out what I'm, because from what I understand, everything's above table right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, as far as I know, it's pretty much determined that they're in a polygamy marriage with a princess from the summer court.
Okay.
And a vampire patron.
Yeah.
That no one knew was a vampire until this second.
Yep. And she's just sipping wine, smiling.
So, I assume I want to listen to the recording here. Is there any specifics on like bonding for this? Any type of like contracts type of stuff? Because I know the Feywild's very much about their contracts. More so than the Devils, apparently.
Oh, it just means that you guys are married to me and technically part of the summer court, and you also have a seat in the winter court. And
This might be a good position for both courts. I don't want. I am not really someone to be swayed by one court or another specifically, but
that's what I was telling Mother, but she said that you boys are always up to things with your little games, and it seemed like she was talking from some sort of experience with the Belmonts.
yeah, there's quite a bit going on with the Belmonts, that's for sure. I will agree with that. Yeah, I can't blame her opinion of me either and my family.
Victor just kind of looks at Katerina. I'm glad my family doesn't seem to have this yet.
Katerina just sips her wine and is like, that you know of.
Exactly.
She came to find out a lot about my family.
Yep. It's
A lot more history to my family than I knew.
what I mean by that is I think I could be useful to both sides in easing relations between the two, considering having a seat in both.
Yes.
So,
which is kind of what I've been hoping for anyways, so that's why I was trying to sit here and marry a person who I later found out is a trickster and a womanizer, but I knew he was part of the Winter Court, and I wanted to sit here and try to make some attempts to make amends and make some peace between the two. I'm here to find out that I accidentally did anyways.
hey, it works. I can see this being both politically beneficial and nice situation overall. Like I was in the right place at the right time. That's I'm a gambling man anyways, so.
But it does mean that technically Stella here is part of the court of the summer. And Katerina technically is, which Mother's upset because it puts a vampire in the summer court.
I can imagine the irony there. I look over towards Katerina.
Katerina just kind of waves while still holding her glass.
That also means she has a seat in the winter court too, of the moon specifically.
Yes. Seems like she's a vampire that's going places. Always am, always have been. So, darlings, I take it you guys are going to go play with the Moth King's usurper, I believe the informant said. I don't know. He stopped being so coherent after so much.
At this point, we plan on preferably removing him from the situation. Therefore, Florence can come back, and Florence has done nothing but good things for me, and I will probably be assuming my mantle at that point.
Yes, and oddly enough, with that mantle, it's gonna be technically changed and whatnot. Being in both courts will technically change any champion you would have if you have a champion. It's an interesting thing.
Interested to hear more. I'm not trying to go into this as like one. I did not realize my name even had me a seat, so I'm not intentionally trying to go into anything political on my side. But I find myself in a very interesting situation of split between two different courts and a situation of needing to respect both and possibly apparently pick champions in both.
Well, this is an unprecedented thing. Technically, you would have to be awarded a champion through my mother.
Fair.
But because you weren't, but yet you're also part of our court, this is an unprecedented situation, and honestly, I can't wait to see how it goes. Because in theory, since you married into the court and you have a champion underneath you anyways, and you're in both courts, there's a chance that the way it works can change. It could be something completely new that neither court's seen. It could just neutralize each other too and just make the person normal. I don't know.
I'm unaware as well. We'll have to see.
It's fascinating.
I would like to state Azimuth is definitely going to try to give some stream appropriate attention to his newfound wife that he had no idea was there before. So something along the lines of like holding hands or otherwise, if that is something that she does.
Yeah. She's gonna hold both of your hands, and her
Yeah.
hands are a little bit warmer than you would expect to. It's almost like putting your hands in warm sand. Soft and warm.
Person I've never met before, so slightly awkward, but you know, hey, whatever.
Yeah. After a while, Victor is going to take his leave of everybody. He's going to grab some of the lunch meats and cheeses or whatever that was there.
Yeah.
Eat them and then go just prepare for his night. He's going to let everyone else kind of do their thing.
But yes, so you guys have a lovely evening. The princess seems to go back to her room that she's staying at. And Katerina goes back into the card, seeming to have enjoyed some of the trouble that's going on.
It's been an eventful evening.
Yeah. The last things I will say to I take it she's hanging out here or is she leaving? I missed that. I'm sorry. I got sent a message.
Back to her room.
Yeah.
Back to her room. One of the last things I would want to say to her before she leaves is that we're trying to piece back together the entire week, bit by bit, to see if it jogs the memory, because the whole thing is an entire blur, and we need to know more about the week. So things like the memory orb definitely helps, and just show appreciation for it.
Yeah. There's only a few people that would sit here and that would be able to give you answers.
Yeah. I have two of them specifically in mind. I think I'm going to go to sleep with think some things over first, though.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else for you, Stella?
They all end my night with the usual bit of gun maintenance and maybe a little more pondering over this new information.
I'll probably end my night talking to Victor about things for once. Considering all of my sins are above table at this point.
Yeah. So Victor's just kind of chilling in his room. He notices Azzy come in, so they'll sit and talk a while.
Yeah. He'll probably go, at some point later in the night, go back and collapse with Stella, but...
Yeah. It's like I didn't know how much I should have seen or how long I should have stayed or any of that. I'm sorry, man.
You're fine. You're getting what I usually get. An after the fact heaping helping of stuff that's happened that I didn't even know about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently I'm married.
Congratulations.
Someone I've never met before.
And apparently it was Stella's idea.
Apparently. Did you see her?
Yeah, I'm a little taken back. It's not exactly the what I imagined.
I could see that too. She's just high off of like revivify magic, just absolutely like still wasted to hell, and like, oh my god, just
You poor thing. You know what? We're getting. What? And then she looks over there.
Marriage for everyone.
looks around the room. Who wants to get married?
That poor woman. I'm surprised she didn't crawl under the floor and just stay there when that news came out.
Well, she was going to sit here, kill him and burn him with like the wrath of 1,000 suns, but instead she got something better.
Yeah.
Upgrades, people, upgrades.
Yeah, and oddly enough, my title actually probably protected me there a little bit too. Because if she decided to go against me, it would be something against the Moon Court too. So
yeah, it would be an act of war and yada yada.
So she's probably looking to either figure out where I went, or talk to me and see if like me disappearing is literally an act of war here, or.
Why do I feel like your connections is gonna make my home area like ground zero for chicanery and fuckery? I'm right outside the portals.
Yeah, that's the best part, is that you're technically my neighbor in your hometown.
Yep.
Hey neighbor, mind if I stay over here for a little bit? Why? One of the wives is angry.
Which one?
Yes. don't ask for the question. The answer is yes. It's always yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go drink with the time hags. You hang here.
Water shades in the distance.
This entire thing's gonna be hilarious.
I at some point, I'm waiting for Stella to walk into a room and just gun cock sound. Nancy!
As long as she hits you. But yeah.
She said she missed me. I hope she keeps missing.
So yeah. Okay. So.
And I was imagining the last time we played a nice, refreshing, calm day in the Feywild, and relaxing and enjoying some wine, and then this happened.
Axel, where does your character go that's ever nice and relaxing with no consequences
Apparently
coming?
nowhere. I went to the equivalent of Fiji on a vacation and still got bad shit.
Oh.
But yeah, this seems like a good point to kind of stop for the night.
Yes. Oh.
Mhm.
I see the time. I personally want to keep playing, but I'm very aware that it's a little late.
Yeah, and we've been running for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Probably actually closer to 2.5 because of breaks and the startup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
that was an eventful game. Something I'm sure that out of character I'll probably talk to you about sometime during the week.
No, never. Yeah, you probably will.
The positives and downsides of living with a DM. I both get spoilers for some things, and I also get to ask questions in the middle of the week randomly while I'm like cooking dinner or he's cooking dinner.
Yeah, and then
And
there's other times that you're just sitting here and going, I really want to dig into information for this. And I was like, no.
Yeah. Like, I have a
and
question about this, and you're like, nope, I'm not answering that.
It's like, you'll find out in the next 2 weeks to a month. Wait, what? You'll find out what trouble you're in.
At least I'm not being hunted down yet.
Yet.
Well, you should know you have another boon on you, so.
Yes, a boon. A boon.
but
Yeah.
Axel, like, I have changed and added to my backstory so much in the last few months because of you.
Yeah. I have that effect on people. I kind of changed their whole life, apparently.
I'm already
Sound-
married, sir. No.
I did find a raid target that's also playing a game as well.
Jeez.
Apparently they're starting to believe that there may be no dragons. But you guys have a good night. Be good to yourselves and be good to each other. And don't get in any trouble. If you do, give us a call.
Yeah.